One of our major concerns around the country is closing the achievement gap between rich and poor kids. We will not, however, close those gaps by blaming the victim. The victims in this circumstance are the poor kids who are in underperforming schools who did not create poverty, nor did they choose to be poor. The victims are the schools that are serving kids coming from poor environments, and the victims are the teachers who make brave efforts to work in these Title I schools, and then they're blamed for the failures that are created by systematic poverty across the United States. The conditions that lead to these difficult conditions are when you're poor, you are most likely living in a very unstable environment where you're not sure where your housing is, you have problems with accessing quality medical care, you have problems getting to school. The poor most often are ones who are working multiple jobs that make it impossible for them to leave their job in order to take care of a child's medical issues or leave their job to go to school, to become engaged in the school. And if they take time off, they often lose their jobs, which further makes the family unstable. When parents are poor, they are unlikely to have the resources to provide the type of enrichment activities that wealthier families provide their children in terms of after-school sports, in terms of musical instruments, and in terms of travel around to different parts of the country so the kid can see issues like Philadelphia where there's living history or Boston where there's living history. And when schools have a large number of poor kids, it's very difficult, and we're challenged to provide the kind of physical and emotional nurturance that all children need. So often when you're poor, kids come to school not ready to learn. Now, on the other hand, there are schools that are doing a phenomenal job of trying to meet the needs, the physical and the emotional needs of children so that they are ready to learn. These are schools that are organized around the needs of poor kids, where they provide access to health care, provide access to housing, and these are very important issues. One of our challenges is how to take that to scale. We have examples of gap closing schools, but how do we replicate that over time? To do so, we have to find ways to raise the bar in many ways. One, we have to raise the bar for the quality of teachers we bring in to high-need schools and their retention in high-need schools. We must have high expectations for these teachers and provide them phenomenal support in the important work they do. We also have to provide resources to meet the medical and the housing needs of these children, and we have to engage in parent education. We have to help parents who are poor use their relationship with the schools and access to medical care to improve their ability to understand what they need to do to change their life circumstances. These are very important works, and if we don't attend to them, we will not be able to close the achievement gap. This will demand a concerted and coordinated community effort.